This is Matt Bell here, giving you the in the bag for 2023 with ThoughtSpace Athletics. All right, let's jump right in here. We'll start at the top. We'll start with my putter. This is my signature Penrose from EV7, and I've found a lot of success on the putting greens, especially this year being my second year using this putter. I love it. I don't really see myself putting with anything else in the near future. So we're keeping that going right there. Moving on to the throwing putters. I currently carry 3 different throwing putters. Starting on the overstable side, I have a little bit of a softer Penrose, and this is for little flex shots and anything finishing left. Right in the middle, I have my signature Steady from when I was with DGA. This is a very stable flyer right in the middle. So if I want to throw it straight, that's the one I'm throwing right now. And on the underside of things, this is the Praxis from ThoughtSpace. This is basically the mini Buzz. So I can stretch long hyzers out without fading too much. I can throw it straight, I can throw a turnover. The most versatile approach putter I have. So I highly recommend this disc for filling a lot of slots in your bag. And then to complement my putters that I throw with, I also have the Jira from Goliath Discs. A friend of mine makes these, and this is basically like the old rocks that people would bake in the oven to straighten them out. This is what it's like out of the box. It's really straight, and I find myself getting a lot of birdies and ace runs with this disc. So moving on to the faster discs down at the bottom here, I do have one additional mid-range. It's the Pathfinder. It's basically tooled like a Buzz and a rock, so you get the flight of the Buzz and the finish of a rock. It's not going to continue gliding out. It's actually going to stable up a little bit and drop. So really versatile mid-range. It's been my favorite that I've thrown. So that's it for the mid-ranges. Moving on to the faster ones. For my Firebird slot right now, I'm throwing these really flat top Aura Coalesce from ThoughtSpace. This is really fun disc to throw backhand, sidearm, anything inside of 350. I'm usually thinking about throwing this one first, and if I can't, I'll throw something else, but definitely a comfort disc for me. I really recommend this one for anybody looking to fill that slot in their bag. And then as far as fairway drivers go, I'm currently only bagging 2 right now, and that pretty much covers most of my bases right now. Thanks to the construct from TSA, this is probably the best fairway driver I've thrown. It's somewhere in between maybe a Thunderbird and a T-Bird in stability, and very reliable even in some wind. And it also S-turns. You can manipulate the angles a lot better than any other fairway driver I've tried on the market. So if you're looking for something that you can birdie some really crazy holes with, the construct's a good one. So that's it for straight and left. And then if I want to go straight or to the right, I have my old signature Pipeline still in the bag. This one's really fun to throw. People compare it to a TL3, so it's going to get out there really far. You can do extra late turns with it. So that's it for the fairway drivers right now. And then moving on to the high speed drivers, I still have my old green Hurricane in the bag. You guys might recognize this from Gatekeeper coverage when I won my national tour at Delaware in the woods. This one I can throw anytime there's a gap straight ahead in the woods, or I can maneuver it left or right, pretty much anywhere. It's right in the middle as far as stability goes, so really easy to control. Still one of my favorites to throw in the woods right there. And then if I need to increase the stability at all, for the sidearm, I carry the Animus. This one is really easy to throw anhysers with and not worry about it rolling over. It'll fight out of it a little bit. And it's also got a little bit smaller rim than your average high-speed disc. It's probably like an 11 speed rim. So if I want to hit a gap and have it finish left or right really hard, I'll throw the Animus just to make sure I'm hitting that gap. And then for my main thrower out there for distance, anything over 350, you'll see me throw the Synapse a lot, whether it's sidearm or backhand. It's a little more blunt and slower than a Destroyer or a Boss or anything like that. It goes just about as far, but it plugs a little better. It doesn't skip away as far. So that slot just inside of the ultra long distance, which for me is about 350 to 400 feet, I'll throw the Synapse because I feel like the ground play is going to be a lot more subtle and controllable with this disc. So that'll be a staple in my bag forever for that reason. And if I'm trying to get out there further than that, 400 plus range, I have an SDS Destroyer that my friend gave me last year at Las Vegas. And this is a disc I shot the hot round with on Sunday this year. If you guys remember, I shot 12 down the final round, and I was parking all those long ones with this guy right here. And then for rollers this year, I went back to my old stash of Latitude discs and grabbed one of these gold Havocs. I still had several of these left because I remembered how well they rolled. And I've thrown some amazing rollers with this disc this year. I've even almost had a roller ace during my 1092 rated round at Auburn when I won the A tier. I bounced this one right off the front of a cage for a roller ace, and it's on film somewhere, so you'll see it eventually. So that's been my roller disc for this year. And that's my in the bag. That's what I've been working with for the last several months since leaving for Europe and coming back. I've been keeping it pretty simple, but I feel like I have the spread pretty well covered with those discs. And then we'll go ahead and we'll go into some of my backup discs that I carry with to fill in other slots as needed, depending on the conditions or the course that we're playing. All right, welcome back to my in the bag, and we're now gonna go over the backup discs I bring. I don't carry a lot of discs with me during the tournament, but depending on the conditions that day, I'll change out any number of discs just to suit the course or the conditions. So, I got my boy Barsby, I got his Roadrunner. I've got about 6 more of those constructs to throw. Those are about my favorite discs to throw right now. And as well as the Omen, if you're looking for something crazy overstable, more than your Firebird, check out the Omen. I carry several of those. Those are really great to throw in the wind. And some more of those Aura Coalesce. These are hard to find, but thankfully I just picked up 2 more, so set for a few years with those. As well as some nice overstable Destroyers and Bosses for when it gets windy. And then this is the rest of my backups this year that I'm carrying with me. You can see I got a lot more mid-ranges in here and a couple putters to exchange, as well as more of those constructs. And let me see if I can find what I'm looking for here. So right here, I want to let you guys in on something. I have a lightweight Synapse and a lightweight Animus, and I've been messing around with these this year. For some reason, with these molds for TSA, when you go lightweight, they get crazy overstable. So these things are lightweight, but the most overstable discs I have. So they're really fun to throw in the wind, and I can throw them really far with minimal effort. So I'm having a lot of fun with those. Hopefully I'll get to bust those out at some point this year. We'll get to watch those fly around too. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to give you an idea of how many discs I carry to back up my bag right there. So that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you out there.